evening, Spiritual Collective. Okay. Universe, Spirit, guides, goddesses, goddesses, angels, demons, spirits above, below, and in between. Guide us on this night. What message do you have for our highest good, for our personal growth, and highest spiritual attainment? So amen. Okay. Got a lot going on here. So, let's get into it. Yes, let me make sure the cards here. I did feel a lot of flinging out, so I want to make sure that this is all the cards. Okay. Alright, so the first card in my lap is the Fool. This is in my lap, so this is definitely with us. This is the energy with us. Don't feel afraid. Don't be too reluctant to start a new journey. This is telling you to go ahead and start. Don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Just go ahead and start this new journey. I feel like it's a creative journey. It's definitely one with growth and abundance of opportunity. You'll really discover yourself personally. There's a lot of inner discovery on this journey as well. I'm getting that it's like a really, this one feels more like an internal journey than anything else. You will be starting new things on the outside, but you will be gaining a lot of new knowledge about yourself on the inside. But don't hold back this new beginning. I feel like there might be some reluctance, possibly. It's time to engage your creative senses. It's time to delve in. It's time to get lost in the abandon of really starting out on this new endeavor of yours. Exploring yourself as the creator, exploring yourself as manifester. There's a lot of newness here, a lot of potential. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. There's this new way of looking and feeling. And there's a new way of exploring beauty and feeling that within yourself. Really connecting to this bold new you. It's daring. It's daring and bold. Daring, bold, and putting yourself out there. But before you fully put yourself out there, really being with yourself and exploring your own sensuality. I'm getting a lot of sensuality here. I'm getting that this is really important for you to explore this power within sensuality. Again, there is a feeling of not quite putting yourself out there, but not really putting yourself out there, if that makes sense. There's a slight hesitation here. There's kind of like a waiting. But this waiting is not lost. It's not like you're not being productive. You're doing things. You're reaching out, you're branching out, but you're doing it in a way that's more personal, that's more internal, and like a lot less public. I'm not saying you aren't public. I'm not saying that you don't do things publicly, but there's something here about a more of a reflective state. We'll get into it. We'll delve a little deeper into that. We got the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay. Alright. That makes sense. There was movement to this card. It wasn't quite. But the Eight of Swords, I feel like coming out of this Eight of Swords energy where, and this could be a recent past energy where you were a little bit stagnated, a little bit confined within yourself and what you were allowing yourself to do. But I feel like, yeah, you're definitely coming out of that. But there's still a little bit of that energy left of like staying, I'm like saying small. You're not small. You're very bold. But there's something there about kind of staying put in a way. At least for a little while you're still coming out into this new beginning, and this new you. And the Hierophant with the Eight of Swords. It was, these two cards were further away, while the other two were closer. The Fool being the closest. Okay. You may have felt like in the past that you were confined by structures of traditions, of hierarchies, hierarchical practices, traditions in the past, or even within the recent day, that have held you back or have had you hold yourself back in a way. You were demonized as well, possibly, or made to look as if you were not as up and up as you should be, or you were impure in some way. But these are society standards, not yours. You're to embrace this bold darkness, this bold sensuality that you have with you, and embrace the taboo. Yeah, you're reluctant to embrace your taboo nature, a part of you that could be considered taboo. I'm not saying that you don't. It's definitely there. But there's something in your vicinity that kind of has you hold back a little more than you would like to, or has you feel like you cannot engage in this as much as you would like to. And this could even be your life. It could be people around you, could be the area you're in, and the societal structures and traditions and norms of where you're at. But it also could be just your life is a little bit restricted because of the obligations that you have, and you are not fully feeling like you can embrace yourself as fully as you would like to. So definitely getting that. Like there's something there. Something about embracing your nature. It's a very sensual read. I feel like you really need to just like explore that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. deck likes to talk a lot, so it gets pulled out a lot. It's a talker. The moon. The moon has something to do with all of this. That dark, the darkness of night with the moonlit night. Of mysteries, of secrets. I'm getting dark goddess vibes as well. A lunar goddess, dark lunar goddess possibly. A goddess associated with black cats as well. Really, yeah, that graceful nature, the seductive nature of you, but it's also a secretive and mysterious nature as well that's coming out here. Choices. Choices to make. You've made choices, of course. Definitely getting flight here, and I'm getting it from multiple cards, as in you're ready to fly. You're ready to take off in a new way. You should feel, don't be afraid to expand your wings. Of course, be aware of choices, but I'm also getting this dark and light nature. Okay, so this dual nature side to things. Again, I'm getting possible demonization of you, of how you are, how you present yourself. Something there. Fulfillment is affecting the way you express yourself and find fulfillment. It's keeping you from fully embodying what it is for you to feel. And I'm also getting a taboo sexuality here. Embracing a darker side. Now, it doesn't have to be, again, this, what could be people would demonize, but just something that's a little taboo, a little risque, very sensual, kind of dark, kind of like, you know, really embracing your sexual, sensual, dark side. Also getting Persephone with the pomegranate as well. So definitely a dark goddess is coming through here. The underworld. Again, we have a moon here and vision. So definitely there's something here with visions and moon, the other side, dream. Definitely connecting with a goddess here. High Priestess of Water. So water is coming out here. High Priestess of Water and the moon. Intuition, dreams, like I was saying. There's something mysterious. Fluid. Tap into these states. You could also work with a water goddess as well. Mermaids. Have that water and that kind of dark, sensual side. Could be very dark, but you know, there's a range, right? Strength. You're a strong person. You're rooted, and you're definitely strong enough to expand to even higher heights. If you, the warrior, you got strength and the warrior. Okay. Okay. You've been through a lot. You've done a lot. You've possibly had to fight a lot of battles. Belonging, having to do with belonging in your perception. This was sideways. It's definitely you've been demonized in some way. You've been the black sheep. Almost got the black goat. You are a goat, but you're a black sheep. You have a lot of potential. You have held yourself back, and you still do at times, but you are slowly moving forward and branching out. You need to be able to feel comfortable in embracing all of who you are and not fragmenting yourself. You need to own who you are. Yeah, honesty. And then trapped. Okay, so you've held yourself back. You have felt trapped again by society, your surroundings, your life at different points. Being honest with yourself, being honest on how you trap yourself, how you limit yourself. Other circumstances and people have limited you in the past, but you also limit yourself, and there's ways in which you can break free of that. You need to break free of how you limit yourself. Oath. There's an oath here, so I'm thinking like being honest with yourself. Honesty and oath here. Being honest with who you are, knowing who you are, not being afraid to express who you are, owning who you are, this oath to yourself, this oath to spirit or any deities that you've made. I'm thinking of like, soul contracts when you come into incarnation, that kind of idea. Being true to who you are on that soul level, that oath. It's very passionate, right? It's very connected to who you are. High Priestess of Earth, another High Priestess. Very connected. Again, this is a very fertile time for you, but you have to really connect. Yes, very sensual. Very, very sensual. I'm getting that. And that could be regardless of gender and whatever. We all have a sensual side. Now, again, I am feeling strong dark feminine vibes here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be that, 100%, right? Okay? So, that's what I'm getting. One second. I'm feeling really called to stare at these cards. Hold on. Okay. Dancing, sacred sexuality. Don't be afraid to, okay, this might, I don't want to come off as too much here, but I'm definitely getting it in this read. Don't be afraid to pleasure yourself. Really feel yourself, feeling your body, touching yourself the way you want to be touched. Okay, I'm just saying this is what I'm getting from these cards. They're really talking to me right now in a very sensual way. Wow. It's really coming out. Someone really needs to express this. And I'm shocked we didn't get lost. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh, okay. What do we have sliding out of the deck? The Sea Queen. I'm sorry, the Sea Green Friendship. Intimacy here. Again, being comfortable in your skin. I'm also getting that there's like, looking up to another woman here. some feminine role model or person that's important in your life that you feel emanates this presence that you would like to experience or bring out of yourself. Or it could just be finding someone or getting in touch with the energy that does. Possibly. I'm almost getting like almost you may have you may have engaged in same-sex relationships. Getting, it doesn't have to be, it can be either or, but also getting a very feminine feel to this relationship. A low tide. You may need to go to an ocean, beach, or body of water, right? Possibly during low tide. But also, too, the things that you can find during low tide, things that are exposed that you don't see when the water is covering. There's a cleansing nature to this too. Something, yeah, something is exposed. Something is, it's like you're exposing yourself. You need to expose part of yourself, of who you are, of this nature, of this sensual, sexual nature, in a healthy way, of course, obviously. But there's nothing wrong. I'm feeling like artistically, I'm feeling alone, just really like getting in tune with that. There's something there. Destiny. There's something in the way that you need to move. There's movement here. I know, like swimming, but like dancing, like flowing, but also flowing in with that destiny of who you are. Again, this oath, this being honest and true to yourself, of who you are, of your destiny. Don't be afraid to really feel yourself and feel into yourself, feel into who you are. Don't be afraid to be beautiful or embrace beauty or trying to be beautiful or being also getting eccentric in your beauty, in your aesthetics. Something about aesthetics here too, aesthetics and sensuality. And there's a surrender here too, as well, a little bit, to exposure, to openness, to openness. What's this? Don't be afraid to be open to help if you need help. There is a part of you that may feel like you often at times shy away from help, or you shy away from others in general. Could be the way people treat you, but there's a need to, yeah, really get close to others. Of course, those who deserve your closeness. Again, not everyone deserves your presence or your time. I feel like you do have a way of acknowledging others, people. Like if you're not closing yourself off, their differences, embracing those, being intrigued by these differences or things that others may find frightening or just off-putting, you are drawn to when you are open to being open with others, right? Feel your power and knowledge, okay? Feel your power and knowledge with the helper, because all these three came out together. I'm also getting with knowledge and the helper is like, yeah, there's someone you're going to possibly, or you need to go to kind of help you open up in this way. Is it a friend? Is it maybe it's not someone you're seeing in person, maybe it's someone online, or maybe there's a book that you need to read by an author that really exudes this confidence and sensuality, sexuality that you want to explore. But there's some knowledge here of this helper. So I'm kind of getting like a mentorship here, especially also with the sea green goddess. I feel like she's looking up to this older woman's, but I'm getting more like a more experienced woman, a more experienced person, okay? And to feel your power, to help you feel your power, to really connect with that strength of who you are and that bold, unapologetic sexuality that you exude. And, oh, okay, another dragon here. It's strong. And you're okay being around strong people. You're a strong person, and this doesn't intimidate you. But it could intimidate others. Is there something about you that strong people are drawn to as well, but others find intimidating? That's why you, when you really fully step into your power, you're probably going to be hanging around more, or just being in the vicinity of, or interacting more with stronger, successful people. All right, that other people probably would find very intimidating. But they will be like your mentor. There's some kind of, yeah, strong mentorship around feeling your power, feeling your, again, and this power has to do with this strong, sensual, sexual energy. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. When the song returns. Interesting. Yeah, feeling like something's a bit far away, like you're reaching for it, but it's still a little bit far away. But you're there, and you're getting closer to it. It's about opening up and embracing, opening up and really getting in touch with who you are, and not being ashamed of it, not trying to hide it, not like lessening it. Now, sometimes our life does put us in situations where we cannot fully do the things that we would do, right? Like we would like to do. But that doesn't mean that we can't engage and move closer to who we really are. Be true to who we are in the moment with what we are able to do and what we have available. Feel like, yeah, you're getting there. You definitely have it within you. It's just you have to open up and not be scared and timid to really step into your power. Because you are magnetic and you are beautiful, and you need to own that.